In this video, we're going to talk about the most commonly used keyboard controls. It's going to be obviously different for your controller, in which we're going to have a different video for that. But first of all, obviously, you're using your mouse as your look. You can use up, down, left, right as you're looking around. And then with your movement, W obviously makes you go forward. As you're going forward, you hit A, you can kind of angle to the right. D, angle to the angle to the left, angle to the right. S, you're going backwards. So you're using your standard WASD keys. Then, if you're obviously this automatically puts you in walking mode. And so, but if you tap Shift, you're gonna just do a steady run. But if you hold Shift, it's gonna make you run even faster. But if you notice on the left side, it causes your stamina to go down. And the more you do that, your little lightning bolt there is going to continue to deplete until it kind of becomes red. But while you're moving, obviously, space, you're using space to jump. But say you are getting into combat, or say you have your gunfire, right? You can tap Q, kind of puts you into your little, makes you hide. And so you can kind of crouch, you can hit spacebar, and you're gonna move to the next angle, right? Same thing, you're looking around, you can look around, use your point of view. You just want to be careful you do that. And you just tap your key, your space bar, and it brings you back around. Obviously, if you're standing still, running, or on a carriage, your C key, or as we call muscle, allows you to kind of look behind you. Your inventory, use your B muscle. And this is where you can then equip your items. Normally, when you fly in or you wake up in the county, all your equipment's going to be in your inventory, and it's not going to be on your belts or anything like that. So you're going to want to equip them. So you drag it over to use, and you'll notice, you can't see it on mine, but it's going to be my holster. And then I drag my pistol over, it's going to be in my holster. If I were to drag my lasso over, it's going to be available in my wheel, and I'll show you that in a moment. You'll also notice that sometimes when you're pulling out stuff, it's going to have you pull out like a random weapon. Like I'm going to equip my shotgun, and then also pull open and equip my rifle. So not only do I have my shotgun out, but I also have my rifle on my back. So now, if you hit escape to close or you can hit B again to close your inventory, you can see that on my belt, in my, make sure you get light, that right there in my I already had my blade out in there. So there it is. There's my dagger. There's my pistol, shotgun, and my rifle. So now you're going to ask, well, how do I use the things, right? If you use your mouse wheel, literally just roll your mouse wheel, it will show all the items that you have equipped. So there is your lasso. If you are told to put something away, obviously you can go to your hands, put it away. Rifle. There's your shotgun. There's your pistol, right? And so depending on how you do it, you can be holding both of them at once. To put something back in its holster, either on your back or in your holster, tap your tab. Now, what if you are trying to do a quick draw? You literally can just tap your tab, and there it is. There are other tricks to that, to a quick draw and shooting, that I'm not going to tell you, because that's kind of some of the fun to kind of find the secrets there. Now, say for instance, so you see here you have your weapons out, right? You can move between them. Like say for instance, you got your lasso, right? Right click, you kind of focus on what you're trying to use. While holding your right click and then your left muscle and your right muscle, you're gonna do that. And then it causes you to throw it. You gotta focus on it, right? You can see on the bottom right, you kind of focus on it. Hold your left, release. And there it is. And so obviously again, tab muscle, put away your weapon. So then, when you're using your weapons themselves, you use the little center dot to aim. And obviously, your left muscle to fire. And so your different weapons are going to have different usages. Obviously, your shotguns are going to be close shot because it has a spread. Your rifles are going to have a slight zoom, so you can actually have a zoom on what you're actually firing at. Now it's still using your mouse muscle, right? By taking things down, dropping it down, getting things equipped. Like in this case, you're going to do that to kind of put that away. Now, to take things off, like say for instance, you're going into a town and the law tells you to put your long rifles away. That's the same thing, opposite. Hit your B muscle to open up your inventory. And most often they're going to have you take off your long rifles, so that'll be your shotguns and your rifles. So literally just drag it over to use, drag it over to use, and it's going to take it off. Once you've purchased a wagon or a horse, you might be wondering, where do you pull it out? Or where do you get your horse or wagon every time you take a train into the county or wake up? And typically you will find them at the stables. If you hit your M muscle, it'll show your map. And if you zoom in with your mouse wheel, this little icon right here, where it shows the wagon wheel with the arrow, that is the pullout. And you typically have to find it on your little mini map on the bottom left. You walk up to this section here, and you'll see on the bottom right it's saying hit your right muscle. It's going to pop up. You see your different wagons and your horses. Hit enter, and depending on the location, it will bring the horse or wagon out. If you flex your H muscle, your horse will actually come to you. If you walk up to a horse and hold your right click muscle mouse, you'll notice the menu on the bottom right. You'll be able to, with your F, you'll unsummon, or you'll use your bag. So say for instance, using the R will allow you to go into your inventory, pops that up, you need to hit enter, and it pops up into your inventory, right? And if you use your right click muscle on it again and hit your E muscle, it's going to allow you to actually lead your horse, right? Pretty simple, right? And then you hit your F to drop it. And you focus onto them again. Like say if your horse is getting rowdy and rambunctious, you can hold your G muscle and kind of calm them down. If you are looking to sell your horse, obviously you're going to make sure you have everything out of your horse, the inventory before you sell it. But if you want to sell your horse while in this motion here, you'll flex your C muscle where it says transfer, and you would put in the player's ID number. We call it their favorite number. You find that ID number down here where it has the pancake stack, 107. So if and you ask the person what their favorite number is, they'll give you that. You enter the number here, and you would hit accept, and then they would then become the owner of that weapon. Now, or of that horse. The other option here, as you notice here, is the Q option. If You flex your Q muscle. This will allow you to be able to take your styles on and off, or if you have it activated. Say for instance, I toggle the bags. All the bags that I had on my side right here, let me flex it again. There it is. Causes the bags to be taken on and off. You have to have bags on your horse to be able to put stuff in its saddle. If you have a lantern, you can take the lantern on and off. You can take the bridle on and off. So say for instance, you are going to want to put them up for the night, right? You want to role play, but you want to keep them out. Other than just unsummoning him, you can take all of its tack off. Say if you're out in the trail and you're going to camp over for the night, you can take all of its tack off like you would normally, and in the morning you would put the tack back on. Your M muscle opens up your map, and you use your mouse wheel to zoom in and out. Say you're on the map, you can actually toggle spots, double click spots on, like say, a trail, right? And it creates your little waypoints. And so you can then jump on the horse with your E muscle, use your shift muscle to speed up, because every time you click it, it makes it go faster. And it'll show it on your map. If you hold your V muscle, it puts you into a cinematic view, but it actually auto tracks you there. Just be careful, because any predators out there can attack you easily on your horse. You always want to be ready and safe. Now for your combat controls, to be able to bring your weapon out that you've already equipped, because as of right now I have a rifle on my shoulder, tap your tab muscle to bring out the weapon. If you want to bring out a different weapon than what is on your quick tab, use your mouse wheel to get the weapon. In case right now, rifle is all we have. The right muscle allows you to aim. So there's a number of different types of emotes that we have available here on OlWest. The first one, if you were to hold your caps lock key, it's going to bring up your radio menu for different types of walking styles. Say for instance, you click on, use your mouse to navigate walking styles, style say 9, and you start walking. It's more of like an older man, right? And then you tap it, walking styles, say style 3, changes it up a bit. Do it again, walking styles, say style 6, changes it up some. Same thing in that section here, as you have different styles of emotes, such as, you got the middle finger, you have watching someone, you have different animations. So click on animations and say you're working. Looking on something here, look on the wall, helps to kind of play into some, it looks like you're measuring something. Helps to add to your roleplay aspect. You have different animations, such as, so you want to stand there, you just want to smoke. And so that is done using the caps lock menu. You also have a number of different emotes that are within the Discordia in our helping guide, questions, information guide about the server itself. Has a whole list of different animations. The different animations can be done by male and female. Some can be done by females, some can be done by males, and some can't be done by either one of them. You also have emotes that are based off of your environment, such as if you are in a tavern and you do something like /interact, based off of where you are, like in this case, you're leaning up against the tavern itself. There are other emotes based off of like your other environments, such as If you are here in a chair, as you notice in the bottom right of your screen, if you flex your E muscle, it's going to give you different options. Emote menus of things that you could be doing, such as scrolling down, share banjo. Imagine a banjo in his hand. Normally it has a banjo. Other ways you can do interact is if you buy a chair, flex your E muscle, such as buy a piano, allow you to be able to sit down and play a piano. Press your F6. On the bottom right of your screen, you'll notice where it shows, where you can do different styles and different animations, such as if you do, say, style 5, animation, there's a formal dance, style 1. And then you hit down arrow, and you start doing your dancing. So sometimes you might load in and you notice that your clothing's all messed up. And so there are a couple different ways in which you can resolve this. Either you can take your shirt on or off, so such as thinking about doing T/SHIRT. And sometimes you have to do it again, T/SHIRT, and it fixes it. But what if that didn't fix it? In a lot of cases, what you need to do is doing T/LOAD skin, load skin. Oops. Load skin. It refreshes your skin. And there are circumstances in which, when it does load your skin, if it was if your clothing was okay before, it will make it look weird. In this case, it kept the good outfit, and so it would have corrected any issues that you may have had if you lost a hat and you want to get your hat back out of roleplay. This is also a way to kind of get those elements back. So there are circumstances in which, since we are a roleplay server, you want to kind of help add to it. And there are different elements that you can add to it. The first thing you can do is it's hard to visually convey, say, such as if you have an injury, or if you smell a certain way, or if a certain body part's missing. And to help convey that, we have a command here. It's the opus command. If you think about doing it, T/OPIS space and whatever you want to say, such as, what if Floyd was missing his left ear? Missing left ear. And there you have floating text that will stay on him, so that way it helps convey a roleplay element that others can see and kind of respond off. A lot of the things that Floyd likes to do is T/opus smells of special herbs and spices. So that way people actually can respond based off of these little roleplay elements, just by doing T/opus space and then whatever you want to convey. Another way to kind of textually display kind of role aspect is a way to create a floating text in a space to create a sign, whether or not you want to depict, say, a business is open, or products that are quote-unquote labeled on your cart, or a most wanted poster, or a, say, for instance, you want someone to vote for something. You just need to make sure you're facing the object that you want to kind of have it being used for. And then you need to think about doing T/scene create. A lot of times, if it doesn't pop up right away, flex your E muscle. And if that doesn't do it, there it goes. And then you use your message. Like, say for instance, vote Floyd for sheriff. And then in this case, you select your color. So I'm going to say if I do white, it's white, white, and then this distance here is basically the distance from where you are facing. So remember, it's also the facing that your camera angle is. So if you're pointing up, looking up, it's going to go a certain distance away at that direction. So it's best to face directly centered straight at where you want to add it to. So then if, say in this instance, if I put 4, actually I hit 5, can't submit. There we go. Vote Floyd for sure.